Now a buzzer and our board. So our board has the buzzer connection here. This is the negative one, the outside, and the inside is the positive. So grab some wire, just black wire. By the way, I don't like the looks of red wires and such outside of the quad. So I just put all blacks. Just make sure you don't trade them or by mistake the positive with the negative. So keep that in mind. I'll do the same with the buzzer. So positive is on this side. Not sure that you can see that like that. Some metering. I want this to be here on the back of the quad, so I only need a bit of wire, like so, probably like this. So put it here. So pre-solder the negative, the positive. Now this is the positive wire, positive. Still a little bit big. So if you have a multimeter, you should check for continuity to see if it's not shorting out. It's nuts. Gonna solder before I place the board there, the flight controller. Just gonna solder the ground here because it's underneath. Okay. The other one it's here, the positive, but I'm going to do that after I mount the board there. Okay, now I'm grabbing one of these connectors because I'm going to use this to connect the positive, the negative and the telemetry to the trump, so we can change channels and stuff through the Tyrannis. So okay, now for the power to the flight control. Ground to the ground that we connected before. Now the positive. I'm gonna hold it up with a screw. Now let's test this. Let's test. Let's see if nothing blows up. No, nothing blows up. That's cool. Okay, no smoke. That's a good sign. The beeper is working too. Okay. Now we have. I have an idea to soft mount the board. I'm just gonna use one of these. I don't know what this is called. It's for holding two carbon boards. It's used. I had this from a frame that had a stand for the GoPro, and this is what holds both parts together, so it eliminates vibration. So I'm just gonna cut it here at half, and now I'm gonna cut it inside there, just to level it up. Okay. I'm going to cut it at half off. There. And I get two pieces like that. So what this is gonna do, I'm gonna cut these holes through here and here, and this is going to grab the flight controller and completely isolate it from the screws. So that's what I'm gonna do. Now with the lime, okay, so I did all the holes here. Oh, you got the points. Now we're going to connect the motors, the receiver, the radio receiver. In this case, this is an F4 board, and they don't work very well because of the inverter or the absence of one. So I had to connect that this black wire here, and this will be the wire that I'm going to connect to the transmitter ward of the board. First of all, we're going to protect this. Seems like a good idea. So, next we're going to connect. We're going to pre-solder, to put some solder here on these three top ones. The first, it's the S-bus signal wire. This one is the 5 volts, and this one is the ground. So let's connect it that way. First of all, the signal. Second, the 5 volts. And the third, it's the ground. Okay. This one we'll need to prepare a wire, because on this ward you have the wards here, and I have to make a wire first. So, how I was saying, I need to make a cable to this, because it's a connector. I have two wards here, the 3 and the 6. So I made this connector with the second port, the second wire, and the 5th, because they're both transmitters, the TX from 3 ETX and the TX from 6, from ward 6. So I'm just going to first of all connect the UART 6 to this wire, the white wire for the transmitter, video transmitter, because that will allow us to change the channels. The flight control will transmit to the trump directly. So I'm going to place this wire underneath. Let me see how much wire do I need. This solder. Little bit of heat shrink. Now I'm going to try to fit this underneath. There he is. So it's connected. Now I'm going to protect it with heat shrink. Okay, the other one, from the UART 3, will connect to this wire the only wire that's hanging out from the transmitter, receiver, from the receiver. Heat shrink as always, because we don't want anything shorting out. You can connect this one from the LEDs already. Now connecting the ESCs. Okay, so these ones here, the inside, are the signal wires from the motors, and this is the ground. So this is motor 1, this is motor 2, 3 and 4. That's what we're going to do now. So that's what I did, and this is the front of the quad. This is motor 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And here in the board, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So just connect the inside, the white wires that are the signal wires, and the outside it's the ground wires. So that's it. Only thing that I need to connect, it's the video in and out from the camera to get the OSD from the flight controller and to the transmitter. So the video in will be this one from the inside, which will come from the camera, and this one will be the video out, which will go to the transmitter. So just solder this one to the transmitter. Other thing that I forgot is this, on this frame I won't be having the top separate. I mean, it will separate, but only the camera is going to be here. So this connection here doesn't make any sense. I'm going to chop it off afterwards and connect directly, solder directly to the trunk. And only the camera will be detachable. Okay. So this one goes to the camera, the transmitter, and the other one goes to the camera. Okay. So this is the connector to the camera. Just going to pass it, just let a little bit out, so to connect the camera. Now this yellow wire comes here. Just going to cut it here, and going to the video in of the board, flight controller. And these two go to the back. With the other one. So you can connect to the trunk. So as I said, going to cut this off. Going to grab a microphone, because I use a microphone. This will be simple to connect. These two wires from the trunk will connect to the main battery. So it will be these two. This is going to connect to the power of the camera. I mean, this one that we pull now. This one is the video, which comes from the board with the OSD, which is this one, the video out. This one will connect to this white wire, so we can control it, it's the telemetry. And this will be the audio. So this microphone will connect to the green, and these two connect to the ground and to the 5 volts. So I'll do that and show you how it's. I finished that connection, which is not hard to understand, but it seems like a mess. But well, I'm going to put some heat shrink here, and I'm going to put the 2 other screws. I'm going to put these pillars from the the kit, the frame kit, in this board on top of this, and then I'm going to put the screws. Now it's time to put the camera here, but I think I will remove one of these plates. I think it will be easier. The screw is to set up the degrees of the camera. Okay, it's there. Okay, now we can stick this here. I think I'm going to put it as a zip tie, it's easier. And now we'll place the antennas too. My frame heat shrink. Cut 2 pieces. Put the wire inside. And now shrink it. Trying to tuck the antennas on in here. So I've noticed one thing, this can't be in this side, because if not, this is really tight. It's not very much room, and if not, this antenna will. This needs to be faced forward, and I need the cables to come from there. If not, I won't have enough space to close it. So that's what I have to do. Turn. So I'll just remove everything and just solder what I have to solder. Okay, so how will I turn this around? Probably I just have to desolder these 2 wires, the battery leads to the transmitter, and solder them in the other side. I took the wires from here. I'm going to solder them there, so I need to pre-solder that. Just gonna zip tie it. Okay, so just forgot to put the strap, so just unscrew this four and just loosen up a bit this, and got this underneath, just screw it back. Let's put our antenna here. Okay, and we have this basically that's it. Let's put some props. There you go. Now you just have to connect it to the computer so you can configure what you need. And it's done. Hope you like it. Please like, subscribe, the usual stuff. See you guys.